Anthony Fasano here from Pass the FE Exam, and in this video I'm going to give you 5 reasons that taking and passing the FE exam is the most important thing you can do for your career as an engineer. This video is brought to you by PPI, a leader in engineering exam prep for the FE and PE exams since 1975. PPI provides expert prep courses and study resources designed to help you pass the FE exam the first time. PPI's live online courses include hours of lectures, problem-solving demonstrations, exam strategy sessions, office hours, and a passing guarantee. When you take a live online course, PPI guarantees you will pass, or you can take the on-demand course for free. With study guides, practice exams, and more, the PPI Learning Hub offers digital practice and review that you can take with you anywhere you have a device so that you can prepare during the times most convenient for you. Check out PPI today at ppi2pass.com to see all the options available for FE exam prep. Let's dive in. I'm a huge proponent of getting your engineering license. I think it's the best thing that you can do in your career. However, to get that license, it's imperative that you take and pass the first part of the process, the FE, or the Fundamentals of Engineering exam, and I would say to do it within the first 2 years of your career. And here's 5 reasons why it's imperative that you do that. The first one is just the odds of passing the exam. The FE exam is highly technical, and it covers very technical concepts across different engineering disciplines. So it makes the most sense to take the exam while you're an undergraduate at an ABET accredited school, a senior, right? You're getting ready to graduate, and you have maybe a little bit more time, and you have a lot of the knowledge where you can take the exam. If you do not take it in school or in the first couple of years of your career, the odds of you passing it are going to drop dramatically. Why? Well, there's a couple of reasons. First of all, you don't have all that knowledge in your head anymore, right? The further you get away from school and all of those classes, the less those basic concepts are going to be readily available to you in your head, right? Because you're going to go into one discipline likely. Also, life happens, right? The further removed you are from school, you start to have a family, you start to have kids, you start to have other responsibilities, your job, and you don't have time to study for the FE exam. I've had so many engineering professionals tell me that they regret not getting their license, and when I ask them why they didn't get it, it was because they never took the FE exam when they were younger, and then they couldn't figure out how to pass it once they were older. They just didn't have time, or they couldn't get the skills down. So that's number one. Take that exam within the first 2 years of your career. Trust me, you'll be thankful that you did. The second one is, if you take and pass this exam, it's huge in terms of credibility for yourself. You know, this is an industry where credentials matter. So being able to call yourself an EIT, or engineer in training, which is what you're allowed to do once you pass the FE exam, is highly valuable. Not only does it give you credibility, but think about what it says to your employer or prospective employer. When I worked for a consulting firm and I would interview engineers, maybe even interview students, the first thing I would ask them is, did you take your FE exam and are you planning to get your engineering license? And the answer to that question would tell me a lot about that person and whether or not we wanted to hire them and invest in them. If the answer was, oh yes, I already took the test, I already have my EIT, I passed the FE exam, then that tells me that that person is motivated, they want to be a professional engineer, and that tells me so much about a person at a young age that they took the time to invest in themselves, study for that exam, and pass that exam. So it really says a lot about you and your goals and your passion and where you want to go in your career. So that's number 2. Number 3 is the career advancement opportunities that having an FE exam and getting on the track to your license and having that license, the career advancement opportunities that affords you is really, really important. I mean, sometimes you get way more career advancement opportunities when you have that FE and, of course, your PE license. All right. And I can tell you right now, I work with a lot of firms at EMI. We design corporate training programs for a lot of engineering organizations. We've worked both with private firms and public agencies. And a lot of these organizations have very specific rules and guidelines that in order for you to be promoted to a certain level, you have to have either your EIT and your PE license, eventually, depending on how high you want to go. And I can't tell you how many leaders in firms that I've talked to that have told me, I really like this person or that person. They're a great professional. They're very productive. They're really good managing people. But I can't promote them because they don't have their license. So that having that license unlocks so many new pathways for you in your career development. And it also affects your pocket, right? Usually when you have credentials like an engineering license, you get paid more money and you can demand more money. So career advancement opportunities and finance, right? Your financial earnings will greatly be impacted by getting your license, which is greatly facilitated by getting your FE in the first couple of years of your career. All right, so that's 3. Number 4, how do you know where you're headed 20 years from now in your career? So many times engineering professionals tell me, I'm not going to get my license. I'm in chemical engineering or I'm in this type of engineering. We don't really need an engineering license. Well, you may start your career in chemical engineering, but how do you know where you're going? We've seen so many things change in this world in the last few years. What if your career takes a 90-degree turn? What if you decide to change and go into a different engineering discipline that almost requires you to have your license for advancement? Get the FE now while you're young and you can do it because you don't know where you're going. I've talked to engineers that are 30 years removed from school and now they want to start their own company and they can't because they don't have their license because they didn't think they were going to need it. So it's really, really important that you get that license, even if you think you're not going to need it in your discipline, because you know what? You just might. So that's important. All right, so get the license. Don't tell me that you're in one discipline and you don't need it. All right, the 5th and final reason that you should get your FE, pass your FE exam in the first couple of years of your career is because there's no downside to doing it, right? Think about it. Okay, what? You spend some time studying for the exam. What's the worst case scenario? You take it and you don't pass it? So what happened? You studied, you became smarter, you learned more engineering concepts. Yeah, I mean, maybe it stinks that you didn't get the FE, didn't pass the FE exam. And I would tell you, if you didn't pass, keep taking it until you do. But there's like zero downside at this young age or this, early part of your career to take that exam. It just costs you some hours studying, but you have the hours most likely right now. I can't stress enough to you how many times people have said to me, I should have got my license. I should have taken this exam earlier. So I'm begging you to take it. And we've got plenty of videos on our channel here, Pass the FE exam, to help you to pass the exam. And we've also got a whole nother channel, Pass the PE exam, that will help you with that next step in the process. So again, let me just recap the 5 reasons that I really believe you should get your FE, pass your FE exam as early as possible in your career. Number 1, the odds of you getting your license will go up dramatically if you pass the FE exam in the first couple of years of your career, because the further removed you are, the way harder it will be to pass that exam. Number 2, it's a huge credibility boost for you, and it tells your employer or prospective employer a lot about your passion and your drive in your career. Number 3, career advancement opportunities will be much greater with an engineering license, and this FE is the first step to getting it. Number 4, what if you need your license in the future, even though now you may not think you'll need one, right? Your future career prospects, like owning your own business, will be really reliant upon whether or not you have the license. And finally, there is zero downside to trying to get your EIT or pass your FE exam early in your career, so there's no reason not to do it. I hope you found this video helpful. We will continue to put out more videos like this, so please consider subscribing to our channel here. We'll cover some more specific problems that you'll find on the FE exam or other of the items in each of the different disciplines to help you succeed. We want to give you some tips, some tricks. We want to help you pass the FE exam. And please leave comments below this video and I will respond to them. Maybe you have a specific issue you're dealing with and you might need my help. Maybe you have a problem you're trying to solve and you can't solve it. Pass the FE exam will have you covered. I'll see you next week on Pass the FE exam.